Have you ever dreamed of living in a place where you can walk out of the front door and be just minutes away from a local restaurant, a busy shopping center, or city parks?
You find yourself wishing you were in a quiet spot in the country where the yards are absolutely huge, trees are thick, and you have plenty of room to stretch and go and do whatever it is you want to right outside.
Exactly. And choosing the right place in Pitt County, North Carolina can really be a tough decision because the city of the Greenville and nearby towns like Grimesland that we're going to talk about it today offer two completely different lifestyle for you. And it's easy to get overwhelmed trying to figure out which one is really fits your lifestyle and the budget and whatever you do for your daily routine.
So in the video, we're going to break down exact numbers, types of houses that are available in the city, and what daily life might look like in the area so you can clearly see the facts and make a choice when you're talking to us about which ones you really are more interested in. So first, let's look at the big picture.
Exactly. When you look at this part of North Carolina, basically it's easy to see Greenville is a main hub for the whole region of Pitt County, North Carolina. It's the biggest city in the area and is where you will find major hospitals, university, and most large shopping centers. Because so many people live and work here, the housing market in Greenville actually is fast moving and filled with lots of different style of the homes, townhomes, and the neighborhood that been around for a long time.
And then just down the road east towards Washington's a much more smaller rural community, following kind of the Tar River, but not necessarily on the river. And these, instead of the big city streets and the tall buildings, Grimesland's known as, it was former open farmland. It's still quiet spaces and a lot of new housing development that just gives people a lot more land for their homes. And even though they're close in space, moving from one city to the other feels like stepping into a completely different environment.
Exactly. Now we wanted to talk about a little bit about real numbers and prices and the choice that you might have for those houses. Let's talk about the actual cost of the housing. What does it look like right now for both towns, Grimesland, North Carolina, and Greenville, North Carolina, because the numbers actually tell you a very interesting story. What about Greenville?
In Greenville, the median home price is $278,000. Over the last year, prices have stayed pretty steady, going up about 3%. And one of the things about looking for a home in Greenville is it usually has a lot of choices. With nearly 600 homes on the market, buyers have a good amount of options to look at, and sellers in some situations might actually be negotiating.
Exactly. On average, homes in Greenville sells about 1% less than an asking price.
That depends on the house. Many go for actual asking price.
Exactly. And that comes what we have, that lease to sold ratio, which is over 98.5%. And they usually sits on the market around 49 days.
Now, those are the ones who get a deal.
Exactly, which is around 7 weeks before they're getting bought. The average price for each square feet of living space in North Carolina is about $157 per square feet. What about Grimesland?
Now, if you look at Grimesland, the real estate market is a little different over there. The middle of the price home is higher, it's $387,800. The cost is higher at $174,000, and the main reason is these homes are new construction. And you won't find small apartments and townhomes in Grimesland because they're all in Greenville. Most of these are brand new, large lot that come with massive or at least a good amount of land. In fact, it's very common to find listings that have at least a half an and that can sell between $375 to $495.
Exactly. And if you want a lot of land to call your own, Grimesland has a better choices and option but also as it costs more than Greenville, North Carolina, if you compare these two housing market. Now, if you're looking at the neighborhood and home style, the story gets even more interesting. Types of the neighborhood in these two areas are also very distinct. Inside of the Greenville, you can find distinct pockets that offer different style of living. For example, there's a neighborhood called Brook Valley on the east side of the city. It's very well established, known for traditional home, large trees, local country club with a golf course.
And homes start off and sell $421,000. Another popular one is Lindale, which is a classic single-family homes. There's easy access to pretty much everything that you want to go to in town. But maybe you want an older, more historic home from the early 1900s or the classic designs that are kind of be about $200,000. And there's also homes from like the 70s and 80s and like Englewood, and then newer homes like Windsor in the 2000s, and there's even new constructions. So there's a lot of range of choices. Whereas Grimesland does not have different city neighborhoods, it does not have the golf course community. Instead, it's going to have a lot of new construction, which means you're getting country living and modern comfort. So you're getting the newest homes. You're getting you're looking at Better Ranch, Laurel Oaks, Tucker Hill Farm. All of those are beautiful places that you can get to work very easy, but you're just going to have a larger space.
Exactly. Therefore, as my wife said, in this neighborhood, the lots are usually half of an acre to full acre or more, some of them. And this means that they have plenty of a space for the big backyard, a garden, detached car garage if you wanted to have. And this depends on the lifestyle that you want for you and your family.
Now, for example, Laurel Oak subdivision is 4 bedrooms, about $353,900 at the filming of this video. Chester Land and Kennedy Crossing offer higher, bigger homes that can start at $380 and go over $460. And if you want large waterfront estates along the river, they have those absolutely in Grimesland for $1 million. And Autumn Lakes is absolutely gorgeous, and I'm happy to show it to you.
Which is from $1 to $2 million.
Now, what do people do for fun in these areas?
Exactly. The way that they spend their free time, the family basically can change a lot, depends on where they wanted to choose to live in. Greenville, for example, offers a lively social city in Uptown district, has more than 35 local restaurants, cafe, and local craft breweries where people they get together. There's also Greenville Town Common, a large park right on the Tar River that hosts outdoor concerts, festivals, and community events throughout the year.
And if you love nature, River Park North is 324-acre park with fishing piers, hiking trails, a lake with stocked fish, boat rentals where you can rent a kayak or a pedal boat for a small fee. Now, life in Grimesland is much more about your own self-directed activities and enjoying nature on your own terms. So you're not going to necessarily have the parks, but instead of the structure of the parks, your recreation is going to center around the Tar River and some local creeks. The water here has a dark, unique color because the natural tannins come and they kind of give the water a color if you're going there naturally.
And people love to go boating, fishing, kayaking along the water trail. There even a special raised camping platform along the river where you can spend night. Grimesland is also full of local history, as we said. For instance, Chicot Creek is a famous local waterway where the old Civil War boat rest under the water, and the historic Grimesland plantation built on the way back in 1790 is still stands today as a reminder of the area's deep roots.
Now, maybe you're looking at the drive time and the commute, because that also matters, especially if you need to get to work or life, right? So if you were thinking about how Grimesland is about 8 to 10 miles east of Greenville, depending on what part of you are. You have to pass the plastic giraffes, which is fun. And if you need to drive from Grimesland to Greenville, passing the giraffe, you can go for dinner, shopping. It's going to take you 15 minutes using main roads. It'll take you less if you're just going to Walmart.
Exactly, because if Grimesland is basically out in the country, and you definitely need a car to get around, and most of the households
and the medical district
vehicles.
From Grimesland to there is about 20 minutes if you need to get to the hospital.
Exactly. Therefore, this is also if you wanted to care about going to the hospital for the doctors. And data shows the average commute time for people living in Grimesland is about 27 minutes daily, and this is a slightly longer than the national average, because many residents also drive out other nearby towns like Washington, North Carolina, which is about 15 minutes away. What about Greenville?
In Greenville, everything is much closer together. Your drive to the grocery store, your school is going to be distant, and you might even find a place that's walkable. I'm not promising, I said maybe. And now, both places are going, Grimesland and Greenville are both fantastic places to live, but they offer lifestyles and different choices. Greenville, you're going to get the city life of a small town, a small city, lots of different housing choices, great restaurants, public parks, Anything you need to get to is going to be best conveniently close. What about Grimesland?
Grimesland gives you, as we said, a quiet country setting with the large lots of the homes, brand new custom homes, and a lifestyle that is connected mostly to the nature, rivers, and the local history.
Understand what you need is your goals, your dreams, of course, and your budget. So let's look at what's listing right there. So we're real estate agents. We look at all the homes. We're happy to talk to you about what we do because honestly, you have to know the differences. Greenville is very city. You have local restaurants. Greenville has a lot of amazing restaurants. You have a lot of fun things you can do. But if you want to stay more in nature, we have to kind of see. And a lot of times, the new construction might not even hit the MLS. So we pay attention to what it is that you want because, again, people love to come here. So we really just have to really see what works for you.
Exactly. Therefore, we basically try to break down the Grimesland and Greenville for you. At the end is you're making decision. You can contact us if you have a specific question. Down link below in the description. Yeah. You can have a quick call or Google Meet with us that we can go over all of the questions that you have about moving to the area. And we are Victoria Pinder, real estate agent in Greenville, Winterville, and Pitt County, North Carolina. We love to help with you in this journey of getting your own home. And here is all of our playlists that you can watch about everything about the area. And also, you can subscribe in our channel to support us, and we love to talk to you and connect with you and help you in this way. And have a blessed day.